Takahashi-san, what are you doing? Zeztz 41, or is it 42, whatever it is. Arise, I think is the name of the episode. We get some interesting things happening, but also some strange choices being made. And I don't even have a firm way to talk about this episode. It's just weird things happen. So we get this big fight. It's funny. Somebody was commenting back and forth with after the last episode. We were talking about, how is it going to be that Nox and Baku are going to come to fight each other? And I was convinced that somehow the lady corrupts him and messes with his mind. And the way the episode is framed, it, I believe, leads us to think that. Not by what it shows, but by what it doesn't show. Or the combination of the positive and negative space of it creates this image that it seems like it's very possible that our boy Odaka has gone full Nox, and that he's gone over to the dark side, and he's been corrupted. And now he's working to destroy Code by murdering everybody who works for Code. However, that's not true. That's impossible. And he is given the chance to say the truth, to reveal, no, Baku, I am not killing your father. And he doesn't take that choice, that opportunity. He doesn't do it. He stays silent. And, I mean, we've seen that Odaka is kind of awkward and silent at times, and he sure gets to be here. And because of that, we have this big fight between Extreme/Catastrum and Nox Midnight Shadow. And I guess it's cool, but it doesn't really do anything. There's a lot of dithering going on. The last 3 episodes, this included, there's a lot of wasting time that's happening, and I don't understand why. There's no reason to draw things out. I mean, I guess there could be a reason. To me, there's no reason to draw things out. As an audience member, as somebody watching this, as somebody enjoying this week to week, and who's been really enjoying it tremendously for the most, 90% of the show, there's no reason to draw it out. Just give us more and keep going hard. And if you went too hard earlier and you don't have anything left, if you're spent, so to speak, from a storytelling perspective, and you just can't keep it up, then maybe you shouldn't have blown your load earlier, and maybe you should have paced things out and slowed down and just given us things spread out a little bit more, decompress some of the storytelling in more of a natural, organic way, because now we have a lot going on, or a lot that could potentially be going on, but we're not getting full attention paid to every different aspect that we could. Instead, we're getting Nasuka's reaction to Kureha dying, overlooked. We're getting Fujimi kind of involved with Odaka trying to stop him, getting that overlooked, getting that compressed. And instead, we're having this fight that doesn't need to be happening. And I really don't understand the choices that are being made here. I don't see sound story making choices being made, and things being handled in a smooth way. I see kind of like a scramble and a mad dash to make certain things happen, maybe to hit certain milestones or check stuff off of a list. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we're getting like a very basic performance being done here, and a very basic level of writing done. And I'm very confused as to what is going on, why these decisions are being made, why certain things are being rushed, and why things are out of balance. I guess this is the most unbalanced Zeztz has been. And I really feel it in this episode, because we should be getting clear communication between characters, or at least logical and understandable motivations, because we don't really have that. If Nox is really what does Odaka, let's stop and think about it. If Odaka only wants to destroy the technology of Code that enables dream manipulation to happen, and for them to keep harming people and causing unintended consequences by capturing and utilizing the powers of nightmares, then why not just tell Baku, when Baku said, I won't let you destroy Zero, say, I'm not trying to destroy Zero. What do you mean? You're not? No, I'm not. Well, what are you trying to destroy? I'm trying to destroy the technology. Oh, then by all means, brother, step aside and take care of that. Like, why? Why not just do that? Why not? And I'm not even saying go back and spend more time with Natsuka. I'm not even saying go back and spend time with more time with Fujimi anymore. I'm saying you could have done that and then leave them to fight Catastrophe. Or maybe the lady comes and is messing around with, like, does the lady want Odaka to destroy the technology at Code? Because if he destroys the technology at Code, then it will disable humanity from fighting against the nightmares at all, which would lead the nightmares to accomplishing their goals better, or, with more ease. And because you're getting your enemy to do that, it's just delicious and fun. That makes sense to me. That totally makes sense to me. So if she tricked him, she pulled an Eggman. If she was the Eggman to his Knuckles, I get it. But there's no reason for him to fight Baku. He could have just explained that to him. And then if we wanted to see more of a fight, we could have either seen Catastrophe fighting against Baku, or if we want to save that for later, we could have had a crazy pull it out of nowhere. Zero transforms in his dream, and you can have this whole thing where Zero as a Zeztz, Black Zeztz, or whatever it's called. Zeztz Zero? Is that what it is? Anyway, whatever. He could have fought against Catastrophe, and it could have been a really cool fight, and you could have spent the time. If you wanted to have a cool fight, you could have done it like that and had it all be in the dream, so it makes sense that he's like, I'm going to, in the dream, transform. And then he still could have fought and then died. And Baku still would have been upset, and Odaka still would have been going to destroy the stuff. But we don't get that. And I'm not really sure why. There seems to be no logical reason other than to make the two of them fight, Odaka and Nox. And I'm not on team, we need to have a team rider team, whatever, and have them be best buds or anything like that. But I also don't want them to fight for stupid reasons. They could be either working exclusively from each other or with each other or partnering or whatever, and you don't have to have them have stupid fights that don't make any sense. So that's very frustrating to me. I don't really understand what's going on. If you share my frustration, let me know in the comments. I would love to have an explanation given to me of why things happen the way they happen in this episode. So, make it make sense for me if you can. I don't think you can, but there's a lot of smart people out there, so maybe you will. And also, check the pinned comment for my playlist for the rest of my Zeztz coverage, where I talk about how good the show's been for the most part, as well as my Omega playlist, and what else? Oh, also, check for the link there in the pinned comments where you can go to my inspectors, and that's where I'm going to dive deeper into this episode. Until next time, folks, this is MJ with Rider Tears, which I'm crying right now, into... I got tears in my throat because I'm standing on my head over you, girl. If you can name what show that's from, that would be amazing. Anyway, I'm also with Henshin Inspection, and I am signing out. I gotta get out of here.